Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. There is an announcement tomorrow and after tomorrow. It is the 23rd and 24th September. We will be having session from 9 to 12. So please make a note of it. These 2 days we'll be having a session from 9 to 12:30. Yeah, in between I will be giving 10 minutes break. Don't worry about that. And on from 27th, 28th, and 29th, we will have session from 10 to 11. Okay. 27, 28, and 29, our sessions will be from 10 to 11:30. And 23rd and 24th, that is tomorrow and after tomorrow, we will be having session from 9:30 to 12. So at 11, I will be giving a break for 10 minutes. Then we'll be starting the session. Okay. So I hope it is clear for all. Yeah. So today I will be taking only 1 hour. So we'll be ending the session by 10:10 only. Okay. Yeah, I think we can go with the session. Yeah.
Recording in progress.
So in this working capital management on receivables, so financial implications of offering credit, it means that on what basis a company need to design their credit policy. I think about how many days of credit period should be given to the customers. Now, generally, the cost of financing the receivables is the interest cost, and the interest cost is equal to receivable balance into interest overdraft rate. And how we generally calculate the interest cost, this is very simple. Suppose let us assume that during the year the outstanding receivables, nothing what the receivables are, let us assume that $30,000, and the bank overdraft rate. Now, what is this bank overdraft rate? Every company will be getting this OD facility from their respective banker, and the rate the banker charges, that is considered as bank overdraft rate. So we will be considering this bank overdraft rate to calculate the interest cost. Now, what is the actual logic behind here is, let us assume that during the year, the receivables are nothing but the amount which we need to get from the customer. So during the year, the receivable balance is $50,000. It means 50,000 we need to get from the customer. And let us assume that the company is having a policy of giving a credit period of, let us assume that 3 months. So it means we won't be receiving this for a period of 3 months. Now, this particular 50,000, we need to, if you go for the, what is this, bank, It means if you are raising this particular 50,000, if you are borrowing this 50,000 as a loan, especially if you consider the OD rate as a base. So 50,000, and if you assume OD rate as 10%, so 50,000 into 10 by 100 into 3 by 12. 3 by 12 is nothing but the collection period, or nothing but the amount which we are giving to our customers as credit. That is known as interest cost. So once again, I repeat. So when it comes to the financing implication of offering credit, we mainly focus on the interest cost. So cost of financing the receivable is the interest cost. So how much interest the company is bearing? Because why we need to focus on the interest? Because that particular amount is blocked in the receivable for a particular period. So if that amount is arranged through other source of finance, especially the bank OD, so whatever interest the company is going to incur, that we assume it as interest cost. So here how we will be getting the receivable balance, receivable days into annual sales divided by 365. So it means receivable days are nothing but the how much the time taken by the company to collect the amount from the customers. So receivable days into nothing but annual days divided by 365 days. So will be considered for calculating the receivable balance. So before I go with the discount concept, let me know whether you understood it. See, the cost of financing, the nothing but what is the cost of offering credit to the customers. So it will be calculated on the basis of interest cost. Now interest cost will be calculated on receivable balance. Now for calculating the interest, we do consider the bank OD rate as a base. Now receivable balance is nothing but receivable days into annual sales divided by 365. I hope it is clear. Any question on this point before we go with discount part? Now, when it comes to the discount, yeah. So cash discounts are given to encourage. Now, generally, in order to encourage the customer to settle their payment before the due date, the company may offer the cash discounts. So the cash discounts are given to encourage the early payment by customers. And the cost of discount, it is that less cash received from the customer is balanced against the saving the company received from a lower balance, and therefore a lower receivable financing interest cost and a shorter average collection period. So generally, let us assume that a company gave a credit period of 3 months to their customer. It means they will be collecting the amount in a period of 3 months. And in order to encourage the customers to settle the payment before the due date, suppose if customer need to pay 10,000 in 3 months time. Now the company may offer a discount of 2% if the customer settles the amount in a period of 1 month. It means before the due date. Actually, the due date is 3 months. But if the customer settles the amount in 1 month, then the company will be providing a cash discount. Now here we need to see whether it is advisable for the company to go with the cash discount or not. Okay. So for a better understanding, let me show a small illustration relating to this interest cost and the cash discount. Just give me one minute. I can see that still some students are joining now. I request the participants to join before 9. Can you see my screen? So there is a query relating to the receivables. Now let me focus on this. So this is the same illustration which we discussed for inventory management yesterday session. So the cars are sold. Here they are a car manufacturing company. So yesterday we discussed about this. The cars are sold at 42,500 each, and unit sales are equal to the unit produced in each month. 800 cars are made and sold each year. 50% of the cars are made 50% of the cars are made to order and payment is on cash on delivery basis. The remaining cars are sold to a specialist retailer who take 2 months credit. Now, Frantic is considering offering the specialist retailer a 2% discount per payment made within 1 month of sale. And it is expected that the 75% of the retailer would take up the offer. So, company uses its bank overdraft rate of 15% as its discount rate. Now, here the requirement is now if it is beneficial to Frantic to implement a 2% discount on receivables. So here we need to see whether it is benefitable for the company to provide 2% discount. Can the company offer 2% discount to the customer or not? So that we need to calculate. Okay, because here 50% of the sales are on cash on delivery, that is mentioned here, and the remaining 50% are sold to a specialist retailer, and normally 2 months credit is given to that particular retailer. And the company offered to that particular retailer, company offered a cash discount of 2% if the customer can settle the payment in 1 month's time. And very important point, it is expected that 75% of the retailer will take up this offer. Okay. So now we need to give our opinion whether it is advisable to give the offer. It means whether it is advisable to provide 2% discount to the customer. So that is our calculation. Very, very simple calculation. Yes. Now, I want everyone to please once go through this. First, try to understand the question. Here, the requirement is the decision of company to provide 2% discount to the customer. Is it appropriate or is it viable or not? Okay. So for that, what we will do first, total annual credit sales, because the total sales are not on credit basis. 50% of the sales are on cash basis. So first we should calculate the annual credit sales. So here each car is sold for 42,500 and the total number of goods sold is 800. So 42,500 into 800, and because 50% is on cash on delivery, so remaining 50% will be assumed as credit sales. So 42,500 into 50%, then our total credit sales will be 17 lakhs. And 1 crore 70 lakhs, I believe. Yeah. So I hope this particular point is clear to all. I don't think I need to give any further explanation for this. Is that clear? So after calculating the credit sales, the next step should be we need to calculate the average receivable. This is a very, very, very important point. Now we should calculate the average receivables. So generally on what basis we calculate average receivables? The credit period given to the customer. Now in this case, the company is offering a credit period of 2 months. Company is offering a credit period of 2 months to the customer. So the total sales is 1 crore 70 lakhs. And if you are offering 2 months credit to the customer, then the average receivables will be around 2 crores, 28 lakhs 33,330. So how we got this? The total credit sales of 17 lakhs divided by 2. It means 17 lakhs is for complete year. Now 2 months means 17 lakhs into 2 divided by 2. Suppose if you are calculating this receivables in days, instead of suppose if they would have given that the receivables are in the company is offering credit period of 90 days, then our formula should be 1 crore 70 lakhs into 90 divided by 365. But here they mentioned in terms of months, so that's why the total sales into 2 divided by 2. So the average receivables will be 28 lakhs 33,000. So any question on this? Is that clear? Before I proceed, let me know if you have any questions. The next one is if the discount is offered, 75% of credit customers would normally here the company is planning to give a cash discount of 2% if the settlement is done within 1 month. It means if the settlement is done in 1 month, a cash discount of 2% is provided. And it is mentioned that 75% of the retailer will go with the offer. So now see this way. So if the discount is offered, 75% of the credit customer would take up the offer. So now we need to recalculate our average receivable. Now 17 lakhs because the total, 1 crore 17 lakhs, that is our total sales into 25%. Now why 25%? Because 25% of the retailers, they are not going with the offer. So 1 crore 75 lakhs, 70 lakhs into 25% into 2 divided by 12. So it will be 7 lakhs 3,000. And 75% are going with the offer, cash discount of offer, that is 75%. So it will be 10 lakhs 62,000. So if the company offers this 2% discount, cash discount, then the total receivable would be 17 lakhs 70,800. Now here we need to calculate. The receivables will drop. It means here you can observe. Without cash discount, the company receivables was 28 lakhs. If the company is offering a cash discount of 2%, then the receivables are 17 lakhs. So it means there is a decrease in the receivables by 1,59,375. Now this 1,59,000 is nothing but the decrease in the customers, nothing but decrease in the receivables if the company gives an cash discount of 2%. Right? I hope it is clear. So it means that the total 28 lakh minus 17 lakh, so that will be a decreased amount, and the bank OD rate, that is 15%. So I already mentioned that in order to calculate the cost of offering the discount, we need to consider the bank overdraft interest rate. So 28 lakhs minus 17 lakhs. So on that particular difference, if you calculate at the rate of 15%, that 15% is nothing but the bank OD. So the total interest cost, here you can see the total interest cost, it is 1,59,375. It means this much amount has been saved, because previously if the company won't offer this 2% discount, now just calculate the difference amount on 28 lakhs 33,333. If you calculate the interest of 15%. Now let me so suppose if you calculate the interest, let me open my. Yeah. Suppose let us assume that the company didn't give any cash discount. So the balance is receivable balance 28 lakhs 33,333, and the OD rate is 15%, bank OD rate. So normally their interest cost would be it is 4 lakhs 25,000. Normally the company would have incurred an interest cost of 4 lakhs 25,000 if there is no cash discount. But because the company is going with a cash discount of 2%, now the receivable balance is 17 lakhs 70,833. This is the receivable balance and same OD rate, that is 15%. So the interest cost. So interest cost will be, so it is 2,65,645. If the company would not offer a discount, then their interest cost would be 4,25,000. If they are offering a discount of 2%, their interest cost is 2,65,000. So how much interest the company saved? That is nothing but interest saved. So interest saved would be 4,25,000 minus 2,65,625. So it is approximately 1,59,000 interest has been saved. This is nothing but saving. So if a company go with a cash discount of 2%, they are saving an interest amount of 1,59,375. Now I request the participants to please let me know you understood this report. Yes. Is that clear? If they go with this offer, they are going to save an interest of 1,59,375. Now here the question is it advisable or not? Of course, they are saving an interest of 1,59,375. Now we need to give an opinion whether it is advisable for the company or not. In order to give an advice, first we need to see what will be the cost. Because if a company gives a 2% as a cash discount, so they will be incurring certain costs also. What will be the cost? So here you can see the total sales of the company is 1 crore 70 lakhs. This is the total sales. Total sales in the sales, I am saying it is credit sales, right? Now in this total credit sales, around 75% of the retailers are going to use this option. So it means that yeah. So out of 1 crore 70 lakhs, around 1 crore 27 lakh 50,000 worth of receivables we will be giving for this particular discount. And how much amount we are losing on this? It means the cost amount lost. So we are losing an amount of, because we are doing a discount of 2%. So 2,55,000. It means if a company gives a cash discount of 2%, they are losing an amount of 2,55,000. Nothing but it is the cost to the company. So the cost to the company is 2,55,000, and the benefit which they are receiving is 1,59,375. So in order to give an opinion whether it is advisable to offer the discount or not, we need to see both cost versus benefit. So the benefit is nothing but the amount of interest saved. The interest saving should be assumed as benefit. So they are getting a benefit of 1,59,375. Now the cost. Now why we are saying it as a cost? Because they are losing 2%. Actually, the company should receive 100 from the customer. Now if you are offering 2% discount, now you will be receiving only 98. So the different two which we are losing is considered as the cost to the company. So we always need to compare the cost as well as the benefit. So benefit is 1,59,000 and the cost is 2,55,000. Now what do you think? Is it advisable to give a cash discount of 2%? Yes. See, let me explain in detail. I want everyone to please focus on this. Here the requirement is whether the company can go with offering cash discount or not. This is the question. Now, for calculating this, yeah, exactly. So for calculating, for giving an opinion, what we need to do, if a company goes with a cash discount, how much they are losing, how much they are gaining. That is the two factors which we need to go. How much they are losing and how much they are gaining. So first, we will be calculating how much they are gaining. Now, how to calculate the gaining amount? Suppose here, if the company actually gave a credit period of 2 months to the customer, it means the amount will be blocked for 2 months. Now, if the amount is blocked for 2 months, and if you borrow the same amount from a bank, actually we would have paying the interest of 4,25,000 because that amount is blocked for 2 months. So that's why if you borrow it from a bank OD, the company would have paid an interest of 4,25,000. But we are providing a cash discount of 2%. So if you provide a cash discount of 2%, we will be receiving the amount 1 month early. Instead of 2 months, now we will be getting in 1 month only. So this interest cost of 4,25,000 is for 2 months credit. And if you give a cash discount of 2%, then we will be getting an interest cost of 2,65,625. This is for 1 month credit. Because if you give 2%, we will be receiving the amount in 1 month only. So just compare the interest. Previously, the interest was 4,25,000. Now, because of this discount, it decreased to 2,65,625. So the company is going to save an interest amount of 1,59,675. I hope you understood the interest saving now. Is that clear? Interest saving? I request all the participants to please respond because this is very important for your MCQ. Now, after calculating the interest saving, this is nothing but the gain. We calculated the gain. Now, we should also calculate the loss. It means how much the company is going to lose. So, for that, because as I already mentioned, you need to receive 100 from the customer. Now, we are offering 2% discount to him. It means now you won't be receiving 100, only 98 you will be receiving. So, the difference too will be considered as a loss. So, here the total sales is the total credit sales is 1 crore 70 lakhs, and in this 1 crore 70 lakhs, 75% of the customers are going with the discount. They are going to avail a discount of 2%. So then the amount will be 1 crore 27 lakh 50,000, and on that, if you calculate 2%, on this if you calculate 2%, you will be getting 2,55,000. So if a company gives a cash discount of 2%, they are going to lose an amount of 2,55,000 and they are going to gain an amount of 1,59,375. Now you need to compare this. You need to compare the amount you are going to lose and the amount you are going to gain. So definitely in this case, the saving or the gaining amount is less compared with the losing amount. Now, definitely because the loss is more compared with the gain, so definitely it is not advisable for the company to give a cash discount of 2%. Shall I give a small illustration? Will you try? Yes, will you try? Now, suppose let us assume that a total sales of the company is 15 lakhs. Actual credit period given to the customers is 3 months. Cash sales 25%. Cash discount 2 months. Sorry, 2% for 2 months credit. And 4% for 1 month credit. So actually, this was the problem which was asked in the last window exam. So this I'm giving you. And bank overdraft rate. Bank OD rate. Let's assume that 12%. 12% for her. Now, will you try? Will you try this one? In the previous case, only 1% discount is given. Here, actually the total sales of the company is 15 lakhs. So actual credit period given is 3 months and the cash sales is 25%. So if the company gave two options, it means if the customer settles the payment in 2 months, then they can avail a cash discount of 2%. Or if the customer settles the payment in 1 month, then they can avail a cash discount of 4%. So bank OD rate is 12% per annum. Now you need to give the advice whether the company can go with this option or this option is advisable. Will you try? So simple calculation is first important thing is first take 2% for 2 months credit and calculate the saving, nothing but interest saved, and calculate the cost. Then again you can take the cash discount for 4% for 1 month credit, then again calculate the interest saved and the cost. So these are the steps. And I want the confirmation from the participant whether you started trying. So I hope you can do this. Did you started? Yeah. Thanks for the response. Now, can anyone let me know how much interest saved? Okay. Yeah, definitely I will be explaining it. Yeah. So shall I explain this problem? Yes, participants? Yeah. Now here, first let me explain the requirement. So total sales is given, cash sales is given, and actual credit period is also given, that is 3 months. And two options are given. It means whether the company can give 2% cash discount for 2 months credit or 4% cash discount for 1 month credit. And we assume bank ODA rate as 12% per annum. So for the first, here first important thing is we need to calculate the receivables. In order to calculate the interest saved, we need to calculate the receivables. Okay. So to calculate the receivables, the first thing is credit sales. So the credit sales. So what will be the credit sales? Total sales is 1,50,000 and cash sales are 25%. So credit sales should be, sorry, small correction. The total sales is 15 lakhs. Small correction. So the total credit sales will be 15 lakhs into 75%. So I hope the credit sales calculation is clear. Is that clear? Yes. Now we need to calculate the receivables. Nothing but average receivables. So average receivables. So how to calculate the average receivables? Total credit sales, that is 11 lakhs 25,000 into how much credit is given? What is the credit period given to the customers? Actual credit period 3 months. So 3 divided by 12. So our average receivables will be 2,81,250. So average receivables would be 2,81,250. So on this, what will be the interest charge? So interest amount will be 2,81,250 into, here we need to take the bank OD rate, that is 12%. So into 12% and into how many months? Because the credit period is for 3 months only, right? One second, please. Yeah. How we got average receivables means total credit sales divided by, here you can see the formula. Total credit sales into the credit period. It means we are giving a credit period of 3 months. So into 3 divided by 12. Okay. Is that clear? Yeah. Now the interest amount 2,81,250 into the OD rate is how much I gave OD rate? Sorry, 12%. OD rate is 12% into 3 months credit we give. So 3 divided by. So the total interest amount would be 8,437. So it means if the company provides 3 months credit to the customer, they are going to incur an interest amount. The interest cost amount should be 8,437.5. Now let me know whether you understood up to here. Is that clear? Yes? Yeah. Now the next thing is, these are the basic calculations. Now first we need to go, if the company gives an offer of 2%, cash discount of 2%, if the customer settles the amount in 2 months credit period. So in order to calculate this, first we need to know, we should calculate the interest saved. The actual interest cost is, no. This is the interest incurred by the company. Now let me put in this way. Suppose you sold goods to me. You sold 10,000 worth of goods to me, right? And you gave me 3 months credit period time. And it means that you are not going to receive the 10,000 for a period of 3 months. But you need an immediate requirement. Now what you will be doing? You will borrow that particular 10,000 from your banker. Nothing but you will borrow it from the financial institution and you will pay certain interest on that, right? So that interest is nothing but this one. Is that clear? Because your amount is blocked. The 10,000 amount is blocked for 3 months period. Because I am going to pay the amount only after 3 months. But for fulfilling your requirement, that 10,000 you will borrow it from a banker at an interest rate of 12% per annum. So that amount is nothing but interest amount to you. Yes, very good. I hope other participants understood this logic. Is that clear? I want you to respond. Now, in this case, now the interest saved. Suppose if the company gives a 2% discount, how much interest they are going to save? So, how to calculate the interest? So, actual interest. Already we calculated the actual interest. That is 8,438. Now we need to calculate the interest for 2 months credit. So how we will be calculating the interest for 2 months credit? Now we need to calculate again the average receivable. So here same thing. Here you can see for your reference. Again, I am showing this one. Okay. So this is the interest cost which I calculated, and again the receivable balance. Total receivable, yeah. See, that's what I'm showing. Just if I give a discount of 2%, now it means that for a period of 2 months credit, if I give a discount of 2%, so what will be my the receivables part? And again, after calculating the receivables only, we need to calculate the average receivables. So do remember that particular point. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So I hope up to actual interest, all participants are clear. The concept is clear because if I carry forward, you should not find any confusion. Is that clear? Yeah. Yes. Now, what will be the average receivables in this case? Anyone? What will be the average receivable? Now, actually, for 3 months we calculated the actual interest. Now, for 2 months credit, if you can receive the amount in 2 months, so what will be the average receivable? Yeah, 1,87,500. So the total sales amount now here, total sales in the sense credit sales. So credit sales would be, is this clear? Any question? Yes. So I hope average sales and credit sales is clear. Now what will be the interest now? So here the interest would be 3,675. So the interest saved, our interest saved amount will be 8,438 minus 3,675. So we will be saving an interest of 4,753. And the cost to the company, because how much amount they are losing? Can anyone let me know how much how much amount the company is losing for giving this 2% discount? Yeah, average. I will be showing it one second. Because the credit period is only 2 months, so we will be calculating it for 2 months only. Okay, yeah. So what will be the cost? Can anyone? Now we calculated the gain. The total interest saved is 4,763. Now what will be the cost in this case? Because the total credit sales, we need to take total sales as a base, and on that we will be losing 2% of the amount. So here you can calculate the amount saved. For your reference, I am showing this. Okay, so in this case already we calculated the credit sales. So the credit sales is 11 lakh 25,000. So it is 22,500. So the company is losing an amount of 22,500 and they are getting a benefit of only 4,763. So definitely it is not advisable for the company to give a discount of 2%. So if the discount of 2% is not what is this viable, then 4% discount. Of course, in case of 4%, the credit period is only for 1 month. Instead of giving the credit period, it is only 1 month. But do remember, definitely in this case, in 4% case also, the cost will be more compared with the benefit because only 2 months interest has been saved. But if you see the overall effect, 4% of the amount. So small logic here is the total sales was approximately around 15 lakhs, and in the credit sales we got around 11 lakh 25,000 as a credit sale. And on that, if you give 4% discount, then it will be approximately around 11 lakh 25,000 into 4%. 11 lakh 25,000 into 4%. So it is around 45,000. The company will be losing 45,000 amount if they provide a discount of 4%. Now, in order to in order to consider it as benefitable, the first important thing is the credit period. So actually, the previous actual credit period was 3 months. Now, if you give only 1 month, suppose if you are expecting the customers to repay the amount in 1 month, then the benefit which you are going to receive from the particular amount should be more than this 45. Then only it is advisable for the company to offer this 4% discount. In simple terms, whenever the company is planning to give a cash discount, they need to compare the benefit and the cost. And how we will calculate the cost? What is the amount the company is losing? Actually, company should get 100, and if they give a discount of 4%, now they will be receiving only 96. So 4 rupees they are losing. Now this particular 4 rupees, if it is compensated by the saving in the interest, then it is benefitable. But in most of the cases, that won't be the right. It means in this case also, for 2 months credit period, the company is going to save only 4,763. But they are losing an amount of approximately 22,500. It means the loss cost is more compared with the benefit. So it is not recommended for 2%. And similarly, you can go with the calculation for 4% for 1 month also. But by seeing this particular statistic, we can easily understand that in case of 4% also, the cost will be more compared with the benefit. So it is not recommended for the company to give a discount of either 2% or 4%. Cost calculation is very simple. Your total credit sales and the percentage of discount which you are total credit sales into percentage of discount. Is that clear? Interest calculation? Okay, definitely. So this is the actual interest. It means for a period of 3 months, our actual interest was 8,438. Now for this 2 months credit, first we need to calculate the average receivables. So here just see the formula, average receivables. Now how we got this average receivables? Actually the total credit sales are how much? 11 lakhs 25,000, right? The total credit sales are 11 lakhs 25,000, but you are giving a discount of 2%, right? Now it will be 11 lakhs 10,000. Sorry, it will be 1 lakh 10,000. Yeah, 11 lakhs 2,500. It means actual credit sales are 11 lakhs 25,000, but you are giving 2% discount if the customer pays 2 months, within 2 months. So that's why the credit sales would be 11 lakhs. And for 2 divided by 12, because they are giving credit period for 2 months. So into 2 divided by 12, then your average receivables will be 1,83,750. On this 1,83,750, we need to calculate the interest. So here you can see the formula, 1,83,750. Our bank OD rate is 12% per annum. Now we should calculate it for 2 months. So into 2 divided by 12. Okay. So your interest amount will be 3,675. What is our actual interest? 8,438. Now, because of this 2% or 2 months credit, our interest is 3,675. I hope you might have understood this. 8,438 minus 3,675, nothing but your interest saved. For your clarification, let me show like. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Any other queries? No, 8,438 is the actual interest the company is going to incur for providing 3 months credit. Okay. And the 3,675 is the interest the company is going to incur if the credit period is decreased from 3 months to 2 months. When the credit period is given for 3 months, the company is going to incur an interest of 8,438 because the amount will be blocked for 3 months, right? So for that period, they need to incur an interest of 8,438. This is the actual interest. But if they decrease the credit period from 3 months to 2 months, then they are going to incur an expense of an interest expense of 3,670. Now the difference. So how much they are saving? 4,763 is nothing but the interest saved by decreasing the credit period from 3 months to 2 months. I hope it is clear, Ravi. Shall I show some simple example for a better understanding? Cost calculation. Okay. See. Now in this cost calculation, actually, what is my credit sheet? 11 lakhs 25,000, right? But in order to recover the amount in 2 months time, how much discount I am going to give? It means customer, instead of paying 11,25,000, now they need to pay only 98% of that. Because 2% I said to the customer that did not pay. So 11,25,000 into 2%, then we got 22,500. That is nothing but the cost. Yeah. So I hope you understood, Srivardhani. Yeah. Now, average receivable calculation for 2 months. Yeah, let me see how I got the average receivable fee. First, in order to calculate average receivables, I need to calculate the new credit sales. Actually, my credit sales is almost 11,25,000, but I am giving 2% discount to them. So if I deduct 2% discount, then I will be getting 11,02,500. So 11,02,500 into how much credit period I am allowing? 2 months. So into 2 divided by 12. So that will be my average receivables. Okay. Yes, we need to compare the interest saved and the cost. Correct. Any other question? So I hope the concept is clear. Any question? Exactly. Since the cost is more than the interest saved, so definitely it is not recommended for the company to give a discount as this. Because see, here the simple logic is, in order to give the discount to the customer, first they need to compare whether they are going to benefit from that or whether they are going to face the loss. Now in this case, definitely it is a loss for them. So that is the reason they should not go with it. Suppose instead of 4% or 2%, let us assume that in this case, for 2% of 2 months credit, suppose if they would have given 0.5%, still I think 0.5% also the cost will be more. Okay. So that's why it is not recommended for the company to offer a cash discount. Normally, when the company will go with a cash discount is if they give a significant credit period to the customer. Significant credit period means, suppose if the credit period is actual credit period is 6 months, and if you want the customer to repay the amount in 1 month period, in that case it might work. Suppose here, let me show example. Suppose here actual the interest amount 8,437.5. Now let us assume that the actual credit period given to the customer is 6 months. Now the interest amount would be 16,875. Interest amount is 16,875. And if you are giving 1 discount, if the customer pays the amount in 1 month credit, you are giving an amount of, okay, very good. You already calculated the interest saved. Let me explain this one. Now just I am making a small correction. Actual credit period is 6 months time. So 6 months means the interest would be around 16,875. And if the customer pays the amount in 1 month, then they will be getting a discount of 1%. So we will calculate the actual interest. For calculating the actual interest, first we need to calculate the credit sales. So here the credit sales will be 1%. We need to deduct 1%. Then it will be 11,13,750. Then average receivables. So it will be 1 month. So average receivables will be 91,875. And the actual interest, interest amount, that will be so interest amount would be only 918.75. Now the interest saved would be so 16,875 and minus, now the new interest is only 918.75. It means the interest saved is 15,956 and the cost will be 11,250. Now in this case, if a company gives, actually the credit period is 6 months. But if the company gives a cash discount of 1%, if the customer settles the amount in 1 month credit, so the company is going to save an interest of, here you can see, they are going to save an interest of 15,956. And what will be the cost to the company? 11,002. So interest saved is more than the cost. Then it is advisable for the company to offer a discount of 1% if the customer settles the amount in 1 month. So I hope you understood this. Is it clear? Yes. Yes, Srivardhani, Naina, Travis, and others. Thank you. I hope you understood the logic behind this. Okay. So as I said, today I need to end the session early. So and do remember tomorrow and day after tomorrow, 9 to 12:30, we have the session. Right? I don't think you have any college session in this time. When your college session starts, you have from 11:30 tomorrow and after tomorrow. Yes, just once confirm it because I already spoke to Kiran sir regarding this. So I think tomorrow and after tomorrow up to 12:30 you don't have any session. So only my session 9 to 12:30 we will be having my session. And from Monday onwards your session starts at 11:30 only, right? College session. Okay, then no issue. So because just I want to cross verify whether you are yeah. And anyway, I will be completing at 11:15 now. Don't worry. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. 10 to 11:15, 10 to 11:15 days. And tomorrow, thing is up to 12:30, we will be having FM session. We don't have any college because I already got confirmation from. Okay. Okay then. So tomorrow we'll continue the rest of the day. Okay. Have a good day. So just I'm ending the session. So we'll continue.